Hey, what's up guys, it's C-Stacks, finally here with my copy of the Black Order expansion. Sorry it took me so long to get this out, it's been really busy this week, but I figure we'll go ahead and do it now. It's actually Thursday evening at the time of recording this, so I'm about to go see Endgame here in about an hour, so just another thing to get me really hyped up. But anyways, enough of that, let's go ahead and open this up. The last box in the Infinity War arc. If I can get this stupid plastic off. Alright, so let's take a look at this as we usually do. Get this focus up. This final installment in the three-part Versus System 2PCG Infinity War story arc is awash with the agents of evil. Add infamous villains like Thanos, Nebula, and Mistress Death to your deck and levy destruction upon the cosmos. So, there's some cards in here that I'm really excited for, and some cards in here I'm a little nervous about, because this set's going to be legal for the Dallas event that's coming up. Oh, whoops, bumped the tripod there. Alright, so here we go. So we have our first Death card here. So remember, she has no level and no team affiliation. She's Immortal, which is the one that makes her flip back and forth from this one to this one. She's a 1/1 with infinite wounds on this side and 8 wounds on that side. So she has Death herself. Death gets +1/+1 for each character in each KO pile. So she's a 1/1, but she can snowball really fast. And then she has Mistress of the Infinity Well. If a player would draw one or more cards, they draw that many +1 instead. So then, does it look normal on the back? Yeah. Because I feel like they should have just made this a two-sided card. Because they even recommend in the article that you just put it in a clear sleeve and go back and forth like this. Because anytime she would be stunned or go face down, she goes to her other side instead. So the other side is, she still has Immortal, she's still a 1/1, she's 8 wounds on this side though, so you have to kill her on this side. And then she has Death herself again, which is the +1 for each character in a KO pile. And then she has Cosmic Balance, so when a player recruits a supporting character, they put -1 counters equal to its defense divided as they choose on enemy supporting characters. So, two pretty cool abilities. It's worth noting that those abilities help and hinder both players. So, you would draw extra cards and your opponent draws extra cards, and then you can put -1s on your opponent and they can put -1s on you. So, kind of an interesting card there. We have another really cool card. So, we have Nebula. So she's a villain. She is a 0/3 at level 1 with 5 wounds. She is Thanos' greatest creation. So Nebula is passive and she loses and can't gain other keywords and powers. And her level up is Vengeance Stirs. So a level up for 1 XP. At the end of an enemy turn, if Nebula is equipped with a one-of-a-kind equipment, she gains an XP. So you have to put the equipment on her. It has to last one entire turn. So you have to put it on there. Then on your opponent's turn, you have to keep her with the equipment on there the whole turn. And she can't gain any powers from that equipment because of her Thanos' greatest creation here. So she's basically stays a 0/3, and you gotta keep her alive. So then we have level 2 Nebula here. So now she's a 12/12 with range. So she has Revenge. Thanos characters are passive, and they lose and can't gain other printed keyword and superpowers. So passive is the one where they can't strike, I think. She has it on level 1 as well. Yeah, so I think that's the one where they can't strike. And then tomorrow is Mine to Sculpt. So main for a space, choose a printed keyword or superpower on a character on a side or in a KO pile. Nebula gains that power. So there's some really interesting stuff you can do with that. So you could give her like Taskmaster's ability and then she's copying everything. A really cool one we thought of was you can give this Acrobatic, which is what the Defender's Beast card has. So she'll have double defense when she defends, so she'll be 24. Infinite number of cool things you can do with that. Alright, we have the man himself now, the new Thanos. So we have level 1 Thanos. I like the classic artwork they did on a lot of these, I really like that. He's a 2/4 with only 2 wounds. He has Death is with me every second. When Thanos attacks, you may convert up to 3 of his defense to attack this combat. And then resurrected by Death herself, so he needs 1 XP. Thanos would be KO'd, instead heal all wounds from him and he gains an XP. So that's why his wounds are so low, because once you would die, you level up to his level 2 instead, who is a 3/6 with 4 wounds. And then he has Schemes and Dreams. You can't draw cards during your draw phase. At the start of your turn, you may search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. Plotter and Schemer level up 1. When Thanos uses Schemes and Dreams, he gains an XP. So you just have to do that once, and you become level 3. which has such cool artwork. I love this level 3 artwork. I don't remember which Stonekeeper this is here, but awesome artwork. So he has games and prizes. When Thanos KOs an enemy character, draw cards equal to its health. And my quest begins. Level up 6, which is the number of Infinity Stones, which is cool. When a card enters your hand from your deck, Thanos gains an XP. So I think that would be any time you draw a card and anytime you search a card, which a lot of the Black Order cards search things. And we have level 4 Thanos, which is more cute than practical, but it's really cool. So he's a 7/8 with 5 wounds now. He has even God's Heir, or even God's I don't know. Let me see if I can get this to focus better. So once each turn during your build phase, you may KO a supporting character you recruited this turn. If you do, gain recruit points equal to its cost. So basically lets you use your recruit points twice. So I think the point of that is, so all these Black Order guys have appears abilities that let you search for the stones. So you can search, you can kind of accelerate your searching for the stones if you use that ability. The universe will now be set right. So at the end of your turn, if the Infinity Gauntlet is equipped to Thanos with 6 different Infinity Gems inset on your side, which we'll talk about in a minute, you can snap. If you do KO it, then flip a coin for each character on each side one at a time. Remove each character who loses their flip from the game. So I don't know why you would ever do this, because it doesn't say other characters, so you can snap yourself. So you could potentially, you get to do it in whatever order you choose. So you could snap them first, and then if their main character lives, and then you come up to you and you snap yourself out, then you just lost the game. Now, if you have the Infinity Gauntlet, which says you can do whatever you want, then you could just do it for fun. But I don't know why you would ever have fun with the Infinity Gauntlet when you could just win. All right, so now we're on to our supporting characters. So we have 8 copies of Outrider, who is a 1-drop 2/2. He's got Legion and Swarm. So Legion is obviously the one where you can have 8 copies in your deck. So that's why we have 8 of him here. And then he has Genetically Engineered. So when this character appears, choose one of the following for it to get this turn. So it's either Flight, Ranged, +2 attack, or +2 defense. So this is pretty cool. I don't know if it's better than the Adolescent Xenomorph for aliens, but I'm definitely going to try it in like a Queen deck. Should be really cool. And I love the artwork on it. Really cool card. And then we have Black Dwarf. He's a 4/1 with 2 wounds. He's 2 cost. He has Black Order. So this is a common keyword we're going to see on a lot of these. So he has Black Order, which is when Black Dwarf appears, reveal the top 6 cards of your deck, put a one-of-a-kind equipment from among them into your hand, and shuffle the rest of the revealed cards into your deck. Then he has Tough. So when he gets stunned, you may recover him. So obviously we have all the Infinity Stones in here in the Gauntlet, which are all one-of-a-kind equipment. So this kind of helps you get to them. It's also really cool that this... I definitely want to try these with Red Skull and the Cosmic Cubes, because that's really helpful for them too. And it's just another card that can search for like Nullifier and all that. So the Black Order cards seem really, really good. So we have 3-drop Proxima Midnight. She also has Black Order, so you reveal the top 6 and add an equipment, a one-of-a-kind equipment. She's a 1/5 with range, and she has Lethal. So when she wounds a defending supporting character, KO it. But she's only got 1 attack, so she's okay. Probably one of the less good Black Order guys. So we have 4-drop Nebula. She's a 5/3 with 2 wounds, flight and range. A new order exists within the universe. So when Nebula appears, she may pay a green. If she does, put 2 -1 counters on each enemy supporting character that doesn't share a team affiliation with the main character on its side. That's kind of interesting. We have another Black Order. We have Supergiant. So Supergiant is a 3/5 with 2 wounds. He's got the Black Order thing. Is this a she? Looks like a she. And then Mind Games. When Supergiant appears, you may have a player discard their hand, then draw that many cards. That's kind of interesting. Definitely good for, what's it called? Death. I think that's probably the exact same keyword that's on Emma Frost from the first set. We have Corvus Glaive. I really like the artwork on Corvus Glaive. 7/2 with 2 wounds, 5 cost. He's got Black Order, of course, and then he has Ferocious, so he strikes before characters without Ferocious. We have Ebony Maw, another really cool artwork. So he's Black Order, of course, 6/6 with 2 wounds and flight. And he's Genius, so at the start of your turn, you draw an extra card. One of my favorite old school keywords. We don't see a whole lot, but I say this probably every opening video. I love drawing cards, so it's really cool. Oh, another classic old school artwork. I love it. Might Makes Right, kind of a dumb name. Your main character may pay a green. If it does, put 4 +1 counters on a supporting character on your side. That seems pretty good. There's a lot of cards in here I don't remember. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Dumb name, but really great artwork. All right, now we're into the good stuff. We're into the really cool stuff here. So, we have the Infinity Gauntlets. Love the artwork on this card. So we have a 6-cost Infinity Gauntlet. It's worth noting that it is villain stamped. It's a one of a kind, and it has Infinity, which is the one where I think Infinity. Does it say on any of these what it actually does? Infinity is the one where, like, if it would go into your KO pile or something, it shuffles into the deck. I think. I don't remember exactly what the Infinity keyword does. Someone will have to correct me. If you know what Infinity does, leave it in the comments so that everyone else knows. And then it has the Unbridled Power of a God. Once on each of your turns, but not during combat, you may set any number of face-down Infinity Gems in your resource row into the Gauntlet. Turn them face up. So the Gauntlet has the power of each inset gem on your side. So these are all one-of-a-kind Infinity Gem equipment that all have a really cool superpower. And so if you row them into your resource row like this as a resource, and then you have this on your side on a character, like let's put out Thanos. So we have Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. Then you can, once per turn, start flipping these up and making your gauntlet more and more powerful. And then let's check out this final power on the Infinity Gauntlet, which is crazy. So it has infinite power. So main, blue, yellow, red, green, space, and earth. So all 6 colors now. If 6 different Infinity Gems are inset on your side, you can do anything you want for the rest of the game. You can do anything you want. You could summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon if you want. You could draw all 5 pieces of Exodia. You could, I only know Yu-Gi-Oh references, but you could do all kinds of crazy stuff. You could bring out a Planeswalker or whatever. You could decide to just win the game. You could put infinite -1 counters on their main character. You could do anything you want. So this is basically an alt-win condition, but it's an alt-win condition that you can have fun with. So yeah, you can do anything you want. Really, really fun design. I also think this is a really cool way to do the Infinity Gauntlet, where it's obviously insanely powerful. You basically win the game, but it takes a long time to set up. Minimum like 6 turns. Okay, so, well, you need 6 turns, or 6 resources at least to play the Gauntlet, and then you would have to have played all 6 things. So not necessarily 6 turns, but enough time to get the 6 resources out there. You know what I mean. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at what the gems themselves do. So we have the Power Gem. So owned by the champion. You may play this for free onto the champion. They all have the owned by thing. A lot of them are characters we don't have yet, so they're just kind of future-proofing. With it, I need Fear Nothing. So main for a green, choose 1. Characters on your side get +10 this turn, +10 attack. Or enemy characters get -10 attack this turn. That's kind of cool. We have the Mind Gem. So it's owned by the Grandmaster, which we do have in the game. No thought shall remain a secret. So build for yellow, choose 1, draw 3 cards, or each enemy player discards 3 random cards. I really like that one. That one's really good. We have the Reality Gem, which I think is the one that you need for Adam Warlock. No, the Adam Warlock is the Soul Gem, right? Yeah, the Soul Gem is the Adam Warlock one. So we have the Reality Gem. So it's owned by the Collector. I dream and it will be. So choose 1, turn up to 1 card on each side face up, or turn 1 card on each side face down. So you could like flip up a location, or you could daze a character. I think they said it was. It doesn't wound. It's not stunning. You're just turning it face down. So kind of cool. So this is one we need for Adam Warlock. It's owned by the In-Betweener. And then it has the very core of what life is. So build for an Earth, choose 1, name a supporting character, but it can't appear this game, or search your deck for a supporting character, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So it's worth noting that this first one affects you as well. So you can either search for a character and basically it's like kind of like Deadpool main character. You know, you're banning a character, but it affects you as well. Okay, and then we have the Space Gem, which is owned by the Runner. I can be everywhere or nowhere. So main for space, choose 1. Move a character to a different row on its side, or remove a character from the game, and at the start of its owner's next turn, put it on their side. So that's kind of cool. Not as good as the other ones, I don't think. Time Gem, so it's owned by the Gardener. Infinity is clay waiting for me to mold it. Choose 1, search your deck for a location, and put it into your resource row face up, or put an enemy resource on top of his owner's deck. That's kind of cool. Set your opponent back a turn. That's pretty interesting. And then we have the special location for this set. You know, like we had Wakanda in the last one. What was the Guardians one? Oh, the Milano, I think. Avengers had Wakanda and Guardians had the Milano. So we have Titan, Hybrid Eternal. So during your build phase, your main character may pay a green. If it does, turn this location face down. Then each supporting character on your side gains Eternal this turn, which is the one where if they would be removed, they go back to your hand instead. Kind of weak among the special locations, I think. I think Wakanda's clearly the best one, and then the Milano, and, you know, Titan's meh. So anyway, yeah, there is the Black Order set. Probably, I think, the coolest of the three Infinity Wars sets. We'll flip through it again real quick. I think these Infinity Stones are really cool, and the Gauntlet is just awesome. The Black Order keyword is very, very strong. Thanos, I think, is the least playable of the main characters. I think it probably Death, then Nebula, then Thanos, but still some really, really, really cool cards in here. Definitely excited to try Death. A little nervous to play against Death. I feel like this is just gonna get out of hand really quickly. It's kind of an interesting way to balance it because she can never be face down. You can stun her, you can wound her any number of times per turn as long as you can get to her. But yeah, some really cool stuff in here. Very excited to play with it. I haven't gotten to play with pretty much any of the Infinity War stuff, so hopefully we'll get to try some of this stuff out soon and record some videos with it. Anyways, I'm gonna go watch Endgame now, so I'll catch you guys later. Bye.